Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ed from Ed Travels, and I'm here in Medellin, Colombia, and it's a nice Sunday afternoon, and I'm here in the Laureles district, part of Medellin. Really, really nice residential part. People out walking their dogs, watching their favorite football, soccer teams, and having a couple of drinks, something to eat or whatever. And I just decided to make this video because over the last few weeks there have been a lot of stories on social media about foreigners being drugged and robbed. And unfortunately, there have been a few deaths here in Medellin. And first of all, I like to say that I spend most of my time in Southeast Asia. And Medellin is not the only place in the world where this happens, unfortunately. You know, it happens all over the place. Europe, United States, of course here in Colombia, I'm sure other places. Any places you got foreigners with money that are after pretty women, it happens. So if you're one of those type of people that says, I'm not going to Medellin because people get drugged and robbed and killed on there, good, don't come. You're gonna rob yourself, deny yourself of a beautiful country and beautiful people, food, culture, music. And if you're the type of person that lets what happens to other people influence the fact that you don't go to a destination, then you're not a real traveler. So don't come. Not gonna be missed. And I'll just put it at that. You know, yeah, Medellin is in the crosshairs right now. You know, just like the Dominican Republic was, I think it was a couple years ago when we had a bunch of tourists die because of bad alcohol and carbon monoxide, like poisoning, what just happened down in Mexico. So can you just sit back and say, don't go to Mexico because everybody dies of carbon monoxide? This is simply ignorant. So I got that off my chest, whatever. What I'm gonna say is this, and I'm just gonna try to give you some life-saving tips. Number one, if you're a brother and you come down here, or brother or not, if you're a traveler and you're a dude and you land in Medellin, you're gonna be blown away by the amount of absolutely beautiful women there are. And if you go to the tourist area like El Poblado specifically, or Provenza, you're gonna see them. And you're gonna be like, man, you know, every 2 or 3 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, there's another beautiful woman coming by. And you sort of thrown off and you lose sight and you lose focus. And what's that about is that it's the mixture of people that are here for the first time and Americans and beautiful women, and these women know that you have money and they come on to you. Hola, do you need company? And all of that type stuff. And I'm going to tell you this. After over 2.5 months of being here in Colombia and living in areas like this, in Buenos Aires, the other area that I was in, is that, listen, Colombia is not a hookup culture when it comes to women. I'm just telling you. I heard that over again on certain videos on YouTube that I saw before I came, and I didn't believe it. Especially when I landed and these women were trying to holler at me. I'm like, damn, brother got it going on. No, I didn't have it going on. They wanted to get into my pockets, and they wanted you. And, I'm not saying that all of them are like that. I hate generalizations. I'm not saying that all of these working girls are going to drug you and rob you, but some of them will. To be honest, a lot of these women got families and kids that they're trying to support, and unfortunately, prostitution and stuff like that is the way that they make their money. So it is what it is. No judgment here. I do judge the people that drug people, though, because whether they're using scopolamine or any other drug, you don't know that person's medical history. And second of all, you're not a medical professional and you don't know what the dosage is. And that's why some of these brothers, unfortunately, some of these guys are passing away. And back to my number one point, let me tell you the red flag. If she approaches you here in Colombia, and I'm in Medellin, I'm pretty sure this is true for Barranquilla, Cali, Cartagena, etc. 9 times out of 10, almost 10 times out of 10, she's a working girl. Because I've been to clubs, I've been to bars, I've been to restaurants here in Medellin, and usually women travel in groups, single and married. They travel in groups. They come together. They're not going to come on to you. Colombia is not a hookup culture. I'll say that again. Colombia is not a hookup culture. If she comes on to you, she's a working girl. Red flag number one. Number two, taking them back to your place. Listen, bro. Your place where you stay should be a safe place, a sanctuary. That you're very careful who you bring into that place. And when you add the alcohol, and some people tend to do other stuff while they're here, once you throw those in, it lowers your inhibitions. It compromises your decision-making skills. It lowers your inhibitions, and then like, okay, cool, she can come back to the spot. And which brings me to number two. If she insists on bringing a friend, huge red flag, because now you got two of them to watch. Oh, let's get something to drink. Let's call Rappy. You don't have anything to drink, a beer, drink some wine. I'll bring some alcohol, blah, blah, blah. And therefore, you're not watching your drink. Boom, they slip something in it. Listen to the stories. They have some common themes in most of them. And this, they do have common themes. This idea of, I'm a threesome and this is going to be fun and I'm going to do this, bruh, it's a setup. It's a setup. They're looking for you. Number three, it can happen to anybody. I don't give a damn if it's your first time to Colombia or your 15th time. It can happen to you. If you have an Uber driver or a taxi driver, oh man, I got a chica bonita, mujeres muy bonita, hermosa, blah, blah, blah. And, try to hook you up. I can take you to her. Huge red flag. Or I can bring her to you. They're working together, obviously. He's going to be one of the people carrying your stuff out of your room when you passed out. It's common sense. It doesn't just happen here. It happens everywhere. It's just that, Medellin is in, unfortunately, social media does that. A couple of people that this tragic thing happens to, and all of a sudden the whole country's messed up. The whole country's a bad place for you to go. That's just not the case. Be smart. See, especially like here in Medellin. My friend Rob has a restaurant down on Calle 9, that location, Calle 9, in El Poblado. Sweet Georgia Cafe, bunch of great brothers down there, great food, great events. But more importantly, it's a place where brothers hip you to the game if you're willing to listen. They kind of show you how to move because they lived here for a while. Rob even has a Facebook, group, and I'm gonna put the link into it here, that talks about being safe when you're traveling and on how to move here in Medellin. My thoughts, my prayers, my condolences go out to the families of those individuals who've passed away down here, and unfortunately, and it's sad that the police here are not gonna do much. The embassy's not gonna do much to help you. Link up with somebody when you're down here. Just like I said, Sweet Georgia, make some friends. Get in a WhatsApp group. Talk to somebody every day. Message somebody, yeah, man, all right, I made it home okay. I'm all right. There's power and knowledge and safety in being in a group of people. Have somebody check in with. Whenever I move from an Airbnb to an Airbnb, someone in the States knows the address, the phone number, where I am, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'm just paranoid, but that's just the way that I am. Hey, I'm moved from this place to this place to this hotel to this hotel. I'm in this room number. Here's a number to the hotel. If you don't hear from me in a couple of days, then check on me. Again, be careful. If it sounds too good to be true, then it is. And the number one tip, trust your gut. If your gut tells you something is wrong, if your spidey senses go off and tell you that something doesn't feel right, then don't do it. And live to live another day. Medellin is a beautiful city. The past about Pablo Escobar and the cartels and the drugs, and that stuff is still here to a certain point. But it's an emerging, beautiful, the climate, the food, the culture. There's so much to see. Again, be safe. R.I.P. to those people. This is Ed with Ed Travels. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.